Crystal, it's only been a couple of weeks since we've had this conversation, but it sure seems like a lot has happened since then.
Yep.
We won 3 out of 4 at home against Pacific, split on the road at Willamette, took 3 out of 4 on the road at Puget Sound.
Okay.
So let's go back to that Pacific weekend.
Okay.
That was a very talented Pacific team that we played, and how do you feel coming out of that, taking 3 out of 4?
Yeah. They're great. They have a lot of kind of senior leadership on that team, a lot of upperclassmen. And we were really thrilled, especially to be able to come out with 3 wins. We think that 3rd win is going to end up being a huge factor after conference play is over. To be able to stay in it with a team like that, they have great pitching, they have great hitting, they're solid defense, and to be able to kind of take a walk-off win in a situation like that, I think is good for morale, and even if we were to face them in something like a conference tournament or something like that. So taking 3 out of 4 from them was big.
And then on the road for 8 games in a 6-day period, you were able to come out ahead of the game in terms of standings and moving higher up above 500. Does that build confidence, being able to come out of a tough stretch like that?
Well, I mean, I think that we really like the fact that we're still sitting atop the standings, but we always talk about success being always taking the games that you should take. And we had some moments where maybe we weren't playing as well as we should have been playing. And so we're trying to get back on course as we're going to be facing a couple of tough teams coming up. We're glad that we ended up on top after those 8 games for the last 2 series, but we definitely still need to get better and fix some areas, or else they may come and haunt us against big series. So we're happy with what happened, but we've got to get better.
And now this is the first week that's kind of returned to a normal schedule for you.
Right.
It's been more than a month
Right.
between having games rained out, going to Florida, making up games. Do you feel like this week is a chance for the team to kind of catch its collective breath?
Yeah, it's nice. We actually get to practice. I mean, even that, we haven't had very much practice in the last 3 weeks, just because we've been on the go and having to make up the games at Willamette and those sorts of things. But what's nice is now we can kind of get back into our own routine. So we have an extra day of practice this week because we get to play at home and some of those things. And so it's nice. We can just settle back into things and kind of get back into our own routine, which I think will allow everyone to kind of take a breather and collect ourselves. So.
And this week is another big series, Pacific Lutheran, one of the teams that's hot on the heels coming in. Give us a scouting report on the Lutes.
I think that they're a team that, not a whole lot different than they were last year. They have a few people that are new to the program, but I think the biggest thing is that they had a new coaching staff last year, which always kind of, takes some getting used to, and I think that they've come into their own now. I think that program now kind of maybe has an identity of who they're going to be under the current staff, and have gathered themselves, and so they're playing well, and we're going to have to play well in order to win that series.